Hi, and welcome to this edition of Issaquah Buzz, where we talk about all things business in Issaquah, from retail gossip to new restaurants. My name is Autumn Monahan, and I work with the city's communications team. And I'm here with our economic development manager, Alexis Fitzsimmons, to talk business in Issaquah.
Hey, everybody.
So, of course, I guess our last episode it's the new year, and we're already thinking about spring, which it's kind of what you have to do, I think, in this region, right? Let's just skip over the darkness and let's talk about spring. We have some things where we can talk about how we can best enjoy the outdoors as the weather gets better and also support local business. But before we get there, let's talk gossip. So to start out, actually, I have a correction to the last Issaquah Buzz.
Oh.
I know.
Mistakes were made?
Mistakes were made. I'm so sorry. And actually, a listener reached out and corrected me, which I was really thankful for. Because I didn't actually drive up to Talus to see what was going on. A lot of it was gossip. So sometimes gossip may not be correct. So we do know that Les Experiences did close. It was like a French bakery up in Talus. I was saying it was going to be the Trailhead Taps and Bottles. It actually is going to be a cafe and coffee shop called Glossy Beans Cafe. So found their Instagram yesterday. Looked a little bit on their website. Looks like things are happening. Hasn't been opened yet, but their menu is going to include espresso and iced coffee. Looks like some pastries, even some cocktails and ice cream. So nice. Something for everyone, especially that lives in Talus.
What's that special drink that they make with ice cream and espresso? What's it called?
Oh gosh,
I wonder if they make that.
Let's hope.
If they have ice cream.
Yeah, if they we'll be creating
new
menu items.
Put it on the menu.
Yeah. So that's what's going into that space. So I'm sorry that I had false information last time. But Trailhead's Taps and Bottles is going in. It's just right nearby. So it's in that same area. Mm-hmm. They are also under construction. More to come soon. They will be serving beer and wine and light snacks. So kind of two new areas to gather in Talus, which is wonderful for that community. I don't live in that area, but I think I'll drive out and go see it too when they open. I'm excited about it. So I know I have a lot of friends and know a lot of community members in Talus that are just so excited to have other places to gather with their neighbors or to walk somewhere without having to get in the car. And so I think it's really good news for that neighborhood.
Yeah, businesses like that help create a sense of community, and that's really important.
Totally, yeah. So we will, I'm sure we will know once they open up, and we'll make sure to announce it on Buzz. So those are coming. Speaking of things that we're teasing for a while without them actually opening up, have you been following Burger Master's progress?
I have. I've seen a lot on social media. They're making progress.
They are.
I feel like we've been waiting a long time for this.
Yes.
Everyone is waiting with bated breath. They've had lots of social media posts showing off their drive-through areas. That's taking shape.
Yeah.
And I hope that there's more news for us soon.
I know. Yeah, we keep watching. To follow their social is the best, kind of see their progress, which has really been fun. I saw somebody that on one of their posts said, I remember when it was XXX, and somebody said, that was only a year ago. So it's been, I think time's kind of warped in a weird way. And yes, we continue anticipate, okay, Burger Master, you've been here, but we're really ready to welcome your full menu and the drive up experience and all that. So a lot of excitement still around it to come. And then there was also a ribbon cutting that I know that you attended with Mayor Mullet recently.
Yes, Mayor Mullet and Councilmember Adair and I and Councilmember Adair's wife attended a ribbon cutting for RaajGharana Indian Restaurant. It's over on the other side of 90 in Issaquah. I cannot tell you how good the food was. I have not had an opportunity to experience a lot of Indian cuisine in my life.
Yeah.
But this was delicious. I truly enjoyed the experience. The decorations are amazing. They have 3 different areas of the restaurant. One is the Queen's Court. One is a Queen's Courtyard, it's Queen's Palace, Queen's Courtyard, and then the King's Palace. And they have a full bar. They also have a bakery in there where they can make cakes, wedding cakes, and things like that. But I'm telling you, the food was absolutely amazing. Everyone was so kind and so nice. And I particularly liked the mushroom dish that we had. I couldn't tell you exactly what it's called, but it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it.
I have friends that reported back that they went there for a date night and really enjoyed it. And I haven't been yet. And it's in the old, I believe, Coho Cafe restaurant. And so it's on East Lake Sammamish Parkway. It's a really big space. It's cool that they have kind of created different areas of the restaurant. I went and looked at the menu just as I knew we would be talking about it today, and saw they had the pan puri with different like artisanal waters as an appetizer. I'm definitely going to be ordering that. And then they had a lot of bar bites and other things. It looks like you can just have a lot of different tastes, which is so fun with Indian cuisine. So it's on my list now. I've got to go. They've been open for a while now, but I guess, they just wanted to make sure that they had their menu just right.
Yes.
And like their operations just right before having a ribbon cutting.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, that's so great. Okay, this next one, this was another one on my list that I want to do. And while the business is not in Issaquah, it's close. And I just had to mention it because it's so cool and kind of a part of our community's history. So Big Block Brewing, it's located in Sammamish, so it's just north of us, and it's on East Lake Sammamish Parkway. So I guess you can go get Indian food and then just keep driving north. But they're releasing a certain beer called the Monahan, and no affiliation to...
What? They didn't name it after you?
No. But back in the day, before Issaquah was Issaquah, there was a community called Monahan. So they have a beer that really harkens and honors that community, that historic community from way back when, and they're using local hops. So this is not hops from other areas, but hops actually grown in Issaquah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes, and hops are a big part of our history here in Issaquah too. There were a lot of hop farms. So I've never tasted a beer with Issaquah hops before. So anyway, I was really intrigued. Wanted to do a shout out just because there is such a connection to our local history. And the Monahan family, Martin Monahan, arrived in 1877 on the southeastern shore of what was called Squaw Lake back in the day before Lake Sammamish. Wow. And was farming in this area for a long time. So pretty cool that they found a piece of history, something local, and created something out of it. So yeah, something I just wanted to mention. Okay, so I know that Economic Development has been working with Visit Issaquah, which is our tourism organization locally. And there's been a lot of, and we haven't talked about this at all because a lot of it's been uncertain, but I think it's finally time to kind of announce it, I guess.
Yes.
It's a cool new event. And
it's coming together.
Yeah.
So in partnership, the Clown Garage is working on a first annual event, hopefully annual event. I do believe that this will be a very successful event. It is kind of a combination between paragliding and arts and street art and things like that. It's called Aircraft. It's a paragliding festival, and it will combine street arts, and it's scheduled for August 16th. Costume paragliding pilots will soar from Poo Point with places to watch from downtown and from other places below. And downtown will feature street art performers and interactive art experiences and free flight film screenings and more. So more details to come, but I'm super excited about this. I think that Issaquah has a great arts community and we have a great outdoor community. And we also, Poo Point is just a legendary spot for paragliders, right, to take off from. So
yeah,
I just think it's just a wonderful
combination of all things Issaquah in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because paragliding isn't, it's so unique. And it is very much part of what makes Issaquah. And I know for years, a lot of people just in our arts community, and, the Clown Garage, I know, has been a partner with Issaquah for a while. They offer classes at the community center. Anyway, there's been all this synergy around what can we do to leverage paragliding. And so what a cool idea too. I can't wait for the photos and video. And that's probably my communication side of costumed paragliders floating above Issaquah. So even be able to watch that spectacle will be fun.
Yeah.
And then also to see, what comes of, all of the other activities that happen on the valley floor after. So really cool. And I'm sure we'll share more details as this event shapes up. Yeah. But I saw that Issaquah announced it. So I was like, well, now we have to at least tease it on the buzz.
I feel like this has the potential to become a signature event for Issaquah.
Yeah.
Just like, Salmon Days is a signature event for the community. I think this really has the potential to grow into that. It's really going to be that great.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, now transitioning to, thinking about spring, and I know it's really early, at least by a couple months, but farmer's market. Again, you can tell I'm ready for some like fresh produce and sunshine. But we, economic development is working with our farmers market team to do the homegrown retail program. So applications are available they're open now through April 2nd. And this is a program that if you've got like a small retail business, and we've talked about several actually on the Buzz, but if you have a small business or idea that you'd like to grow and you want to just test the market, you don't have a space yet, you want to see if this is something that would be popular, you can apply to have a booth at our farmers market.
Yeah, it's a great program. I think we had 8 businesses last year participate. The city, through a grant program that we have, pays for the space and allows businesses to take an opportunity to take their business from a home-based business to having a front-facing, customer-facing place, and it gives them opportunity to kind of pencil out whether it would work for them to do it without a lot of risk. And so it's a great entrepreneurial kind of incubator type of activity for economic development, and it helps businesses in the community, and it's just a great program altogether.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what businesses we have this year. All right, so it's time to start thinking about spring, and 2 things came to mind for me. First is gardening. So, March is definitely the time to start kind of preparing your beds if you've got property and you've got a garden. You can also be planting some cool season crops, pruning, and soon, even starting indoor seeds. So this is the time to kind of start daydreaming, I guess, about spring and summer. So first place I think about going to is Squawk Mountain Nursery. It's one of my favorites. I do love the garden shed, especially for springtime, even like decor inside. They have a really cool little shop on the side that is one of my favorites. That's just kind of this hidden gem of Issaquah. But also, this is the perfect time to go shopping for seeds or starting to shop for some of those starts. Also, every year in the summer, I love to go look when everything is in full bloom, and I see these beautiful summer baskets that people have pre-ordered, and there is never just one that you can buy. And I just realized as I was going to their website, now is the time to place the order. So maybe I'm doing myself a disservice in talking about this on the Buzz. I need to go buy the baskets now.
Yeah.
But it is hard to find, and especially the ones they have at Squawk Mountain are just beautiful, and I know are very coveted. And so anyway, now is the time. So you can go to their website, and you can order your baskets now and not be like me and just oogle at them in the summer and you see everyone's name on each of the baskets, and I'm always so sad that I wasn't able to get one. So this will be my year.
Well, we know if they go missing where they are.
Also, we just talked about Issaquah Cedar and Lumber, and was just thinking that's also a great place too if you're going to be building any planting beds. This is the right time, and they're a great resource too. And then there are also just gardening workshops, so to kind of get you prepared and thinking about gardening. I know, so Cascade Water Alliance, they have a Lawn Be Gone program. So I guess if you don't really want to garden, but you want to think about installing native or drought-resistant plants, there are rebates for not using your water for irrigation. So they have a program online that you can go to cascadewater.org to learn more about. And then there's also the Tilth Alliance. They have a lot of classes that we do promote at the city and that we're a partner with, and so they're a really good resource. And then do you know about our sustainability fair?
I've heard about it.
Yeah. So we've done it now a couple years, but the date for that's been set for April 25th.
Okay.
So we'll be sure to mention it again in another Buzz, but that's hosted at Pickering Barn.
Okay.
And there are a ton of different vendors and resources that you can visit all in one spot at Pickering Barn to learn about how to be more sustainable. A ton of resources too. Speaking of gardening and home improvements, there's a lot of resources there what to do.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's gardening, but then there's also, the other thing that came to mind is outdoor biking.
Yes.
And, I've never really just like stepped back and looked at all of the different businesses in Issaquah that have just offer some form of support around cycling. There are so many.
Yeah.
Have you been to any?
Yeah, Stacy and I went to talk to several of the bike shops about the grant program or the rebate program that WashDOT is putting on, and that Issaquah is trying to mirror.
Okay.
Here within the community, and I was able to go into Gerks and to Trek and one other one, and they're really cool. I mean, they're very knowledgeable, and
Yeah.
I myself don't ride bikes because I'm clumsy. But some of the really cool mountain bikes and electric bikes, e-bikes that are available now, I mean, and they look so cute, like different colors and
Yeah.
different fenders and very stylish.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and again, there's so many resources. So there's Gerk's Ski and Cycle. That's near Lowe's and PetSmart on that side of town. There's Rides Bicycles Bike Shop. That's on Gilman. That's near the East Lake Sammamish Trail, which I always thought was a really clever location, right on Gilman. That you could just stop off, if you need something's going on with your bike, or you just need a tune-up, or you need to buy something quickly while you're actually, taking the trail. So I thought that was a really clever spot to site a business. Downhill Zone is another one on Front Street. Superior Seconds, that's my go-to for like sports equipment. It's used equipment, but they also have a lot of bikes as well. That's in that Dollar Tree area right along Front Street. Of course, there's REI and Dick's Sporting Goods. Those are also options. I know that we've taken our family has taken our bikes to REI, and they have a bike shop there that were really responsive. And then one that I didn't know about called Foothills MTB Rentals. That's in the Issaquah Highlands. And
I
there you
heard
can
about that one.
Yeah, you can go rent bikes too if you're not ready to invest, or if you want to try out different ones before you do.
Yeah.
All of these, a lot of these companies, have way more than just you can go buy a bike too. And a lot of it is in service or in connecting you to others that are within the community. So, we're talking about paragliding bestowing essential Issaquah and, a lot of the outdoor activities, but also cycling is just so huge here.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the amount of retail and businesses that are supporting that community. So it's really amazing. Speaking of bike shops, our business spotlight this month is Trek Bicycle in Issaquah. We did partner with them recently and did another video that was just around kind of the ins and outs of e-bikes, which is a great resource as you're thinking about bikes that you want to purchase, or you have questions about like where you can use your e-bike or not on, whether it's in a park or on a street. So check that video out on our website. But let's learn more now about Trek Bicycle in Issaquah.
Our huge focus is we want to be the guide. We're not the hero of this story. You're the hero of this story. Our goal is to just get you equipped to go accomplish what you want to. My name is Wes Mayer. I'm the store manager here, and I run the Trek Bicycle Shop in Issaquah on Front Street. We are a Trek-specific store, so we sell pretty much all just Trek bikes. We sell every category. So we've got electric bikes, non-electric bikes, mountain, gravel, kids bikes are a huge thing, tons of kids bikes, and then casual bikes, beach cruisers, kind of the whole gamut. We test ride everything that we have here in the store. I'm gonna walk you through how to use it, the basics. There's no dumb questions. We're gonna start from ground zero and work up to wherever you're comfortable. Test rides around here. We got a lot of varying terrain just near the store, so you can get a feel for the bikes. And all of our products, if you're just not sure you're gonna love that equation, that sport, they all come with a 30-day unconditional return policy. So, if you think maybe for the first time mountain biking is gonna be your thing, you pick up a mountain bike, go twice, and you're like, nah, this isn't it, come back. We'll get you figured out, whether that's a different bike or a refund. We're more than happy to help you in it. We also host group rides. So we'll have a variety of different categories of ride that we'll do, whether that be mountain biking, casual biking. One of my favorite types of rides, I ride to food and coffee. Like, that's my game, right? So something like meeting here at the shop, go ride out, grab some tacos, maybe grab a beer, come back to the shop. That kind of a vibe. It's one of my favorites, so we'll host some rides like that throughout the year. We can also connect you to group rides. So riding with other people is a blast, and there's a ton of very dedicated groups throughout our area specifically. So if you want to go ride with a group of people, we'll happily try to find you that group of people and connect you to them so you can go out and experience that. We want you out riding. So anything, product or help that we can provide to get you riding out there, it's what we're going to do for you.
And that is a wrap on this edition of Issaquah Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have a question or some gossip that you'd like us to track down, or frankly, a correction, I'm sorry once again, send us an email at ed@issaquahwa.gov. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you next time.